All right, guys. So, the Australian budget 2026. What does the entrepreneurs needs to watch out for? One of the major mistakes we as entrepreneurs do is we look at the budget headlines and we actually move on. Well, that's a big mistake because there are hidden signals inside the budget which we need to look out for. So, for example, the current budget is actually going to affect the borrowing, hiring, investments, customer spending, and business survival over the next few years. So, in this video, I'll explain you what entrepreneurs should look out for and what to avoid, and what are the biggest opportunities. And that's the most exciting part because I'm really excited about this. All right, so what is actually the budget all about? So the first thing what government is trying to do is three things. What they're trying to do is reduce the cost for living pressure, keep the economy growing, and the inflation from getting worse. Well, that's not easy, difficult. Because when government spends too much money, inflation can rise again. And when inflation stays high, one of the major problems is interest rate stays high. Loans become expensive and business struggle with cash flow. So while the budget sounds positive on the surface, smart entrepreneurs need to look deeper. So what are the other things we need to watch closely? The biggest thing to watch is actually the interest rate. Why? Because if it stays high, the business loans are actually going to cost more. The property payments rise, customer spends less, and growth slows down. For example, a business loan at 5% interest versus 8% interest can mean tens of thousands of dollars extra a year. That destroys the margin. So entrepreneurs should avoid unnecessary debt, refinance if you're financing your loans if possible, and then maintain a strong cash reserve. Cash flow is actually more important than growth for this year. A lot of business fail not because they're unprofitable, but because they run out of cash. So with rising wages, rent, software subscriptions, insurance, utilities, bills, they all need buffer. And you should aim for lower fixed cost, recurring revenue, or predictable income. So the government spending opportunities, which we can see where the budget normally is giving us the idea is mostly the budget allocates billions, and I repeat, it's billions into infrastructure, housing, defense, healthcare, and energy. So what does that means? So that means is how can my business support these industries? How? So you need to ask that question to yourself. For example, an IT company can provide cybersecurity to these industries, AI automation, project management systems, cloud infrastructures, and offline AI for defense and healthcare is definitely crucial. And what do we need to avoid? We need to avoid scaling too aggressively. So I know that I'm one of those investors as well. But yes, this year we have to be a bit careful because sales can definitely drop. Clients can delay payments. So you make sure if the clients are delaying on payments, you pays up to that. The debt becomes dangerous. Bad borrowers, if you lend money to other people, and definitely that can be an issue. And there will be a lot of relying on one industry can also be a big challenge. So, strong businesses spread risk. They have multiple clients, multiple sectors, multiple revenue streams. And the biggest opportunities right now, what you can look for is cybersecurity, communication, infrastructure, simulations, and especially with the construction infrastructure industry. So, focusing business with that, with your tech companies, is definitely going to be crucial. Now, in the construction space, we have the opportunity related to the tech, the workforce management, the compliance software, the project tools, and in healthcare, we have opportunities like telehealth, clinic automation, admin assistant, cybersecurity, and workflow optimization. So the smartest entrepreneurs actually don't panic out of this budget. What they do is they plan, they prepare, They make sure that the cash flow is strengthened. They make sure that there's the unnecessary cost is reduced. They focus on productivity and then position themselves as per where the money is flowing. So every budget actually creates either a winner or a loser. So if you find this useful and if you find this breakdown in businesses and what do you need to invest, what you need to focus on, especially an opportunities in Australia, comment below and give in more your details. What industries do you think will benefit from this budget? And we'll love to have that chat continuation in our comment section. Thank you, everyone.